Well, hey everybody. It's a beautiful fall day. I haven't been in the bees for quite a while. Haven't made a video for even longer than that, but just hasn't been time to do it. So in case anybody was wondering, just haven't had anything to show you. So that's kind of been one of the things that I don't want to do, is just make filler. Anyway, but I do have a job today, and I wanted to show you how I'm going to do this. And this is how I'm going to winterize my colonies. First thing we'll do is, well, open them up, but then we're going to look at moisture control, installation, protecting from mice, and also emergency feeding. And we can do that all pretty simply. So I've already smoked them once. We've had snow here already this year, just once. They accumulated, but today's about 56, about 12 or 13 C. So they're flying, but not super active. So open up this. Okay, that was interesting. Some moisture came off of the inner cover. But we've got a box here, and they just never used it. I was hopeful that maybe they'd put some goldenrod in there and draw out some comb and some things, but well, they've got a little bit going. But there you see that big, beautiful cluster inside this box. It's half heavy. But yeah, that's a beautiful box of bees. I hadn't really planned on doing any kind of looking in, but well, I can't help it now. So what we'll do is we'll kind of pivot real quick and smoke them down a little bit. Just get them out of the way. So I took the queen excluder off a while back, and yeah, this, like I said, this one was a little bit heavy. So now let's see what kind of stuff I got into. But this moisture that came off of here was, you can see it. It's quite a bit. Okay, now they haven't done anything in here. So okay, well that's good. So the frames are, I mean, the bees are on them, but there's nothing here that says, you know, they've got stores or anything here. So it kind of makes me feel better about not leaving this on there for them, because that was something I didn't really want to do. I didn't really want to leave it on there for them. All right. Okay, so that was step one, consolidate, and we'll move over to step two, which will be moisture control and emergency feeding. I'll bring this over here. So this is my quilt box, and I've talked about these a few times already. It's a 3-chamber box. The outer 2 chambers have wood chips. Just went to a farm supply store and bought them, animal bedding or whatever. And the purpose of that is to absorb the moisture that would be in the colony as they breathe and just go out about being bees. So they can't get into the chips part. Then for the emergency feeding, take this, just a sheet of newspaper, Let me show you a little closer maybe. If you came for the award-winning cinematography, you came to the wrong place. I'm trying to show you here is I laid the newspaper down inside the middle chamber. There's also a front entrance, emergency entrance. Now I gotta find that bag of sugar. And let's take the sugar. And pour it right onto the newspaper, no worries. Okay, and I like to spread it out a little bit. Oh, got some into the colony, not a huge deal. And that's that. Okay. And then put the inner cover back on. This was the one I said it had a lot of moisture on it. And you can see the mold, which is whatever. It's gross in real life. There's that and that. Oh, don't do that. Okay. There's that. Okay. Put the lid back on. And then one thing that I like to do, I've got some of this, I don't know what it is, rigid foam. I don't know, like an inch or two thick. We'll put that on, secure some bricks over top of it. And the last part is what I'll show you in the front. So let me lower you down and show you what I want to show you here. Except for when I was doing the formic treatment, I've had entrance block on it. And last step I'm going to do is protect it from mice. I did have a colony in this yard that had mice get into it last year, and I'm not saying that mice are what killed it, but maybe could have been they died and mice moved in anyway, but it ruined my equipment for that box, so that was no good. So I got this little piece of number 2 hardware cloth. Just cut the width. And that should hopefully let the bees get in and get out, but not let the mice get in. We'll see what happens there. But I'm gonna run around and do the rest of the colonies in the yard, either with the exact same method or modified. Just a couple talking points before I hang up. You could do everything perfectly and still have colonies die. And you could be super neglectful or super carefree about it and have them make it. This is just how I do it. For me, this has been successful in the past for me. Not saying there's no other way to do it. And I'll tell you, I don't have enough of these 3-chamber quilt boxes, so I will, on some of the other colonies, just use an empty box or an empty shim and lay newspaper over and pour the sugar right onto it like that. Would love to have quilt boxes for all of them, but life got too busy. Anyway, so hope that was useful for you, and thanks for watching.